Shopify or WordPress? Which gives you the better online store? These two platforms work in very different ways, and choosing the wrong solution can leave you with a platform that's either too limited, too complicated, or too expensive for your needs. So in this video, I'm going to compare Shopify and WordPress in the 10 key areas that matter most, and help you work out which platform is right for your e-commerce project. Okay, so let's start with a look at how both platforms work. Shopify is an all-in-one e-commerce platform. You pay a monthly fee to use it, and for this, you get hosting, store building tools, and payment processing options in one place. Now, when people talk about WordPress, they can mean two different things. First, there's hosted WordPress, available at wordpress.com. This is quite similar to Shopify. It's a pay-as-you-go solution that gives you the key tools to build a website or store. Then there's self-hosted WordPress, which you download from wordpress.org. This is a free content management system that you install on your own hosting setup. It's more powerful and more configurable than the hosted version, but harder to set up. In this comparison, I'm comparing Shopify to self-hosted WordPress because that's the version most professional e-commerce merchants use. So with that distinction made, let's compare the key aspects of both platforms. 1. Ease of use. If your priority is getting an online store live quickly and easily, Shopify is the clear winner. This is because with WordPress, you have to stitch quite a lot of things together before you can start selling. You'll need to choose a hosting provider, install the WordPress software, add a theme, install an e-commerce plugin, configure payments, connect a domain, and test your site carefully to ensure that everything's working as expected. None of this is impossible, but it's time-consuming and involves scope for error. Shopify is a lot more straightforward here. Hosting, e-commerce tools, checkout functionality, domain registration, and security features are all provided out of the box. And its interface is more beginner-friendly too. 2. Templates. Shopify gives you access to a professional set of e-commerce focused themes. They're polished, mobile-friendly, and designed with selling in mind. You'll find links to these in the video description. However, the number of free Shopify themes is very small, and its paid ones can be expensive. WordPress gives you far more choice here. There are thousands of WordPress themes available, both free and paid, covering almost every type of website and design style. So if you want maximum choice over how your site looks, WordPress wins this category. 3. E-commerce features. Because Shopify is built specifically for selling online, it gives you a strong set of e-commerce features. It gives you everything you need to create products, manage inventory, take payments, offer discounts, recover abandoned carts, and sell on different marketplaces. With WordPress, you can create a very powerful e-commerce store too. But this involves finding the right e-commerce plugin for your needs. WooCommerce is the solution most WordPress merchants turn to. Its feature set is broadly comparable to Shopify's, but setting it up right involves more configuration time. And when it comes to in-person selling, Shopify has a clear edge. This is because it bundles point-of-sale features with all its plans and gives you access to a wide range of in-person selling hardware too, card readers, receipt printers, and so on. WordPress can be made to work as a point-of-sale solution too, but you'll need to involve third-party hardware and software to make this work. 4. Pricing. At first glance, WordPress can look like the cheaper option because the software itself is free. But running a WordPress e-commerce store still costs money. You'll need hosting, you may need a premium theme, you may need paid plugins. And if you're not comfortable managing the technical side of things yourself, you may need developer support. That said, WordPress can work out cheaper than Shopify in many situations, especially if you're technically confident, already have hosting, and don't need lots of paid tools. Shopify's pricing is usually more predictable. You pay a monthly fee for access to most of the core e-commerce features you need. But costs can increase if you add paid apps, use premium themes, or move on to more advanced plans. It's also worth mentioning that it's easier to try Shopify out. You can't really test self-hosted WordPress without sourcing hosting and installing software. But Shopify gives you an extendable trial that lets you use the platform for 3 months. I've put a link to this in the video description. 5. Content management. Shopify includes a blogging tool, and it's fine for basic content marketing. But WordPress ultimately gives you a much more powerful content management system. It gives you far more control over categories, tags, archives, author pages, revision history, and editorial workflows. So if your e-commerce strategy depends heavily on blog posts, buying guides, reviews, tutorials, or other editorial content, WordPress is the stronger option. 6. SEO. Shopify provides the key features needed to create SEO-friendly product pages, collections, blog posts, and metadata. It also uses robust hosting and a content delivery network, meaning your site will load quickly too. But WordPress definitely gives you more control over the technical side of SEO. It lets you choose your own hosting setup, fine-tune site speed, control more aspects of your code, customize URL structures more extensively, and use specialist SEO plugins. So if you have advanced SEO requirements, WordPress can offer more flexibility. A word of warning here, however. Although a fast, well-built WordPress site can provide a truly excellent SEO setup, a badly configured WordPress site, one with slow hosting, too many plugins, or other technical issues, can perform much worse in search than a standard Shopify store. 7. Flexibility. Both platforms let you extend your store's functionality using add-ons. With Shopify, these come in the form of apps. There are lots of these available, and you can use them to facilitate dropshipping, print on demand, reviews, subscriptions, email marketing, upselling, and more. But WordPress provides a much bigger ecosystem in the form of its plugin library. This contains tens of thousands of plugins, and these can extend the functionality of your WordPress site in a vast number of ways. Additionally, because WordPress is open source, developers have much more freedom to customize how your site works. So if you need a highly custom store, unusual functionality, or deep integration with other systems, WordPress can be the better choice. 8. Maintenance and security. With self-hosted WordPress, responsibility for site security lies entirely with you. If you don't regularly update WordPress, your theme, and your plugins, your site can become very vulnerable to getting hacked. And because WordPress sites often rely on software from several different developers, these updates can sometimes clash with each other and break your site. With Shopify, site maintenance and security updates are handled for you automatically in the background. You don't have to worry about server updates, software updates, or e-commerce plugin compatibility in the same way. 9. AI features. Both Shopify and WordPress give you ways to use AI when building and running your store. But Shopify's AI tools are more tightly integrated into the platform. Its Shopify Magic features can help you generate product descriptions, write marketing copy, create blog content, and edit images. And its Sidekick chatbot is particularly useful. You can use this to perform a variety of design tasks, but perhaps more importantly, it lets you interrogate your store data using plain English. For example, you can ask it to show your sales from a particular country, identify the product pages that convert best, or find repeat customers. With WordPress, AI is available too, but as with much else, largely through plugins. This gives you more choice over the AI tools you can use, but it also means devoting more time to decision-making, plugin setup, and testing. 10. Support. With a Shopify subscription, you get access to 24/7 chat support. So if something goes wrong, there's an obvious place to go for help. But when a WordPress site breaks, it's hard to know who to turn to. A fault can be down to problems with a hosting platform, a theme, an e-commerce plugin, or some custom code, all of which may involve different providers. So those are the key areas you need to consider when choosing between Shopify and WordPress. Next up, my verdict. But just before that, it'd be great if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe or follow wherever you're watching it. Okay, verdict time. For e-commerce beginners, Shopify is the better choice. It's easier to set up and maintain, and it gives you most of the tools you need to start selling out of the box. It's particularly good if you want to launch quickly and spend more time marketing your store than managing the technical side of it. WordPress is the better choice if flexibility matters more than simplicity. If you need a highly customized site, advanced content publishing features, deeper SEO control, or a store that works in a very specific way, WordPress can be an excellent option. However, a WordPress e-commerce store usually involves more setup, more maintenance, and more technical responsibility than a Shopify one. And that's it, our Shopify versus WordPress comparison. A reminder that you'll find links to both platforms in the video description, including a link to Shopify's extended trial. And if you have any questions about Shopify, WordPress, or building an online store, just leave them in the comments. We read them all and will do our best to help.